For as long as humanity has existed, we have looked up at the stars and wondered, what else is out there? This is Earth, our cradle, our home for over 300,000 years. But what happens when one planet is no longer enough? The year is 2040. The first true colonization mission leaves Earth's orbit. 200 volunteers aboard, scientists, engineers, dreamers. They know they may never return. As Earth shrinks behind them, they become something new, seeds of another world. Mars, the red planet, a world of dust, silence, and freezing death. Thin, poisonous air, radiation that kills. It is not welcoming, but it is possible. And for humanity, possible has always been enough. The first boots hit Martian soil. No applause, no crowds, just breathing inside helmets and the crunch of iron oxide dust. The gravity is only 38% of Earth's. Every step feels dreamlike. They look around at the endless red wasteland and realize there is no going back. Pressurized domes rise from the surface. Solar panels unfold. Antennas reach toward Earth, carrying messages with a 22-minute delay. When colonists speak to their families, they speak into the past. The surface is too dangerous long-term, so they go underground. Tunneling machines carve corridors into Martian rock, the foundation of a new civilization, shielded by meters of natural stone. Inside the habitats, scientists monitor every system: oxygen, pressure, water, power, everything rationed. One malfunction means death. But necessity accelerates ingenuity. Problems that take years on Earth are solved in weeks here. The first crops grow under LED lights: lettuce, potatoes, green shoots in red soil. The colonists gather around them with reverence. This isn't just food, it's proof that Earth life can take root on another world. Every drop of water is recycled. Moisture captured from air, from waste, from condensation, purified and reused endlessly. Transparent pipes carry it through the colony like veins. On Mars, water is religion. 5 years in, the first children are born on Mars. They've never felt rain or heard thunder. Their sky is a dome, but they laugh and play like children everywhere. To them, this is normal. This is home. Their bodies develop differently in low gravity. Bones grow longer but less dense. Muscles develop under less strain. They are human, but becoming a different kind of human. By adulthood, the differences are visible. Taller, thinner, more graceful. They move through their underground city with fluid elegance. A quiet question begins to whisper through both planets. Are they still us? A young girl presses her palm against a dome window, staring at a tiny blue dot in the sky. Earth. She's learned about it in school, but she's never been there. To her, Earth is a beautiful, distant story. Virtual reality environments simulate Earth's beaches and forests. Waves crash on digital shores. Birds sing songs recorded millions of kilometers away. It's not real, but for Mars children, it's the closest they'll ever get. Artificial sunlight bathes the underground city in golden warmth, shifting from dawn to dusk on programmed cycles. The architecture flows in organic curves unlike anything on Earth. This is something new. Transparent tunnels snake across the surface connecting domes. Colonists walk through them daily, the desolate landscape stretching outside, a constant reminder of how thin the line is between life and death. From above, the colony resembles a living organism. Domes, tunnels, solar farms spreading across the surface. What started as a few tents is now a city of 10,000, still growing. Magnetic levitation trains shoot through underground tunnels connecting distant sectors in minutes. Neon lights streak past windows. This is no longer a survival outpost. This is a civilization. Central cavern, 2 kilometers wide, carved from basalt, capped with a projected artificial sky. Clouds drift overhead. Buildings rise from the floor. Standing here, you almost forget you're beneath the surface of an alien world. Artificial rivers carry recycled water through bioluminescent channels. Engineered trees stretch toward the simulated sun. It's not Earth's nature, it's Mars's nature, and it is breathtaking. 25 years in, orbital factories circle Mars building spacecraft from asteroid-mined materials. Robotic arms assemble components in silence. Mars is becoming an industrial power. Earth is watching. The asteroid belt becomes Mars's gold mine. Giant mining vessels extract iron, platinum, and rare minerals worth trillions. These resources give Mars something powerful: economic leverage. Armies of autonomous robots work the surface around the clock. No air needed, no sleep, no fear. They simply build. What took months now rises from the dust in days. Aria, the colony's advanced AI, manages everything: power, water, air, transport, emergency response. Aria doesn't just run the city. In many ways, Aria is the city. Martian engineers push technology forward at breathtaking speed. New materials, new energy systems, new medical breakthroughs, all born from the pressure of surviving where humans were never meant to live. The two worlds begin drifting apart. Earth, green, blue, chaotic. Mars, red, structured, engineered. Same species, same DNA, but increasingly different values and different dreams. Martian culture emerges, distinct and proud. New fashion, new symbols, new holidays, new slang. They are no longer Earth's children on Mars, they are Martians. The 22-minute communication delay creates an emotional canyon between the planets. Conversations become monologues, relationships become echoes, the bonds slowly stretch and fray. 40 years in, Mars declares semi-independence. In a grand council chamber, the announcement is made. Mars will govern itself. The message takes 22 minutes to reach Earth. The shockwaves last decades. A new flag rises, red and gold against black. Pride moves through the crowd like electricity. They are no longer colonists, they are a nation. 50 years in, scientists discover that Mars-born human DNA is naturally changing. Epigenetic shifts from low gravity, radiation, and diet are rewriting the human blueprint. The changes are subtle but real, and accelerating. Faced with ongoing threats, scientists begin modifying human embryos. Stronger bones, better cellular repair, radiation resistance. On Earth, it sparks ethical fury. On Mars, it's called survival. Third-generation Martians carry subtle enhancements. Neural implants, biometric monitors in their skin, ocular augmentations. They are not machines. They are the next step of human adaptation. The Great Divergence begins. Earth humans adapted to gravity and rain. Mars humans adapted to domes and engineered light. Technically the same species, but the gap is widening. Evolution does not stop. Mars becomes humanity's greatest laboratory. Genetics, AI, quantum computing, materials science. The entire planet is one vast experiment in what it means to be human. Children born now are unmistakably Martian. Longer limbs, narrower frames, larger eyes. They move with alien grace. But when they laugh and cry, they are undeniably, beautifully human. Electromagnetic shields arc over surface installations, creating artificial magnetic fields. From space, they shimmer like auroras. Blue and green ribbons dancing over the red landscape. Beautiful and life-saving. Bioengineers create radiation-resistant plants, soil-converting bacteria, and oxygen-producing algae. Life is no longer imported from Earth. It is designed for Mars. A new biology for a new world. Low gravity reshapes the human body over generations. Lighter bones, reconfigured muscles, adapted cardiovascular systems. Mars-born humans could not survive on Earth without preparation. Many would never want to try. The colony skyline is breathtaking. Crystalline towers shift color with the simulated day. Parks fill the spaces between buildings. Music drifts from windows. A real, thriving city on Mars. The first Martian Cultural Festival draws thousands. Holographic art transforms caverns. Musicians play instruments that only work in low gravity. Dancers float through performances blurring art and flight. Earth's political debates play on giant screens in the colony. Politicians speaking about a world they've never visited. In Mars corridors and cafes, resentment quietly grows. Martians watch Earth news with curiosity and alienation. Wars over borders, arguments about resources, celebrity gossip. It all feels like transmissions from another universe. Because it is. Earth watches Mars documentaries with wonder and unease. The Martians are changing, becoming something other. Humanity has never been comfortable with what it cannot define. Media portrays Martians as either pinnacles of achievement or dangerous deviations. Celebrated as pioneers, feared as post-human elites. The truth is more complicated than any headline. Martian astronomers turn telescopes toward Earth. Blue oceans, white clouds, green forests. Earth is their heritage, their origin story, but it is not their home. Not anymore. Earth remains Earth. Forests breathe, oceans roar, rain falls on open soil, birds sing at dawn, a wild, organic beauty that no engineering can replicate. Messy, chaotic, and irreplaceable. A Martian child studies Earth history on a holographic display. Ancient civilizations, world wars, the moon landing. She smiles, knowing their small step eventually led to her, 200 million kilometers away. A space elevator rises from the Martian equator. Carbon nanotube cables stretching to orbit. Cargo pods climb this impossible staircase, transforming Mars into a hub of interplanetary commerce. Cargo fleets travel between Earth and Mars on regular schedules. What Mars mines, Earth buys. What Earth grows, Mars imports. Interdependence stretching across the solar system. Holographic dashboards display real-time interplanetary trade data, commodity prices, shipping schedules, currency exchanges, an economy spanning 2 worlds. Nothing like this has ever existed before. The Martian exchange operates around the clock. Digital tokens flash across screens, mining rights, energy credits, intellectual property. Mars has its own economic identity, leaner, faster, unbound by tradition. Mars governance evolves differently. No political parties. Decisions driven by data and expertise. A technocratic system born from survival's demands. Efficient and rational. Whether it's democratic, Earth never stops asking. 2 governance models. Earth clings to messy, beautiful democracy. Mars builds technocratic efficiency. Neither is perfect. Both believe they're right. Distance makes compromise difficult. Night falls on Mars. Through observation windows, Phobos and Deimos race across the sky. The stars look sharper here, closer, as if Mars reveals the universe in its raw, unfiltered truth. Decades blur past. The colony spreads across the surface and deep underground. New domes, new tunnels, new cities. 200 people have become over 100,000. No signs of stopping. Earth children point telescopes at Mars and dream. They draw Martian cities and write Martian stories. For them, Mars is a promise. The future is bigger than any single world. Martian youth train in advanced academies, orbital mechanics, life support, xenobiology, holographic textbooks, zero-gravity labs. Their final exams might involve building something that keeps people alive. AI tutors provide personalized education, adapting in real time to each child. On Mars, good education isn't a privilege, it's a survival strategy. Mars develops its own sports for low gravity. Athletes soar through arenas in 3-dimensional competitions, part sport, part dance, part flight. For a moment, survival's weight lifts, and people simply enjoy being alive. Holographic sculptures float in public spaces. Digital murals tell the colony's story in light. Poetry takes new forms reflecting the Martian experience. Claustrophobia, wonder, isolation, and strange beauty. In quiet spaces, people gather to ask the biggest questions. What does it mean to be human away from Earth? Is there a soul in an AI? New philosophies emerge. The asking makes us human, on any planet. Martian architecture enters a golden age. Organic shapes inspired by geology. Structures growing from rock or hanging from cavern ceilings like stalactites. Forms Earth has never imagined. Mars has its own temper. Dust storms. Massive simulation systems predict them weeks ahead. When a big one approaches, systems seal. Reserves are checked. Surface operations halt. Then they wait. A global dust storm hits. A wall of red kilometers high sweeps the planet. Sun blotted out. Solar panels buried. Visibility zero. The world outside becomes a screaming void of red. Emergency systems activate. Backup power engages. Scrubbers filter dust. Monitors scan every seal. ARIA coordinates with inhuman efficiency. This is what survival looks like. Inside the domes, life continues. People work. Children attend school. Families share meals. The storm rages meters away. They carry on, not without fear, but with the knowledge of how to live alongside danger. The storm passes. Sunrise breaks across the horizon in butterscotch and pale blue. Domes glow like golden jewels. People pause to watch. A ritual as old as humanity, performed unimaginably far from where it began. 2 sunrises, 2 worlds, 1 star. The same sun touching Earth's oceans and Mars's dust with the same ancient light. In both places, humans pause and feel something shared across the void. Something wordless. 75 years in, humanity is branching biologically. Mars humans and Earth humans becoming distinct populations. Different worlds, different pressures, different evolutionary paths. The most profound question our species has ever faced. Mars is no longer the frontier. Stations dot Jupiter's moons. Mining operations reach gas giants. Probes touch the Kuiper Belt. With each new environment, the branches multiply. Mars was just the beginning. From orbit, travelers look down at Mars with love and longing. That is where their families wait, where their stories began. Home is no longer one world. Home is wherever humanity refuses to let go. Mars becomes a vital node in a growing interplanetary network, connected to Earth, asteroid stations, and outer posts by data, trade, and shared purpose. The solar system becomes a neighborhood. Quantum relays reduce transmission delays. Information flows between worlds carrying news, art, science, and personal messages. The connection isn't perfect, it never will be, but it holds. An Earth child and Mars child talk through holograms. One describes rain, the other describes Phobos rising. They laugh at each other's accents. They become friends, reminding both worlds they are still one family. Cultural exchanges send young people between worlds. Earth students marvel at Mars technology. Mars students cry feeling rain for the first time. They return home changed, carrying pieces of each other's world. Two flags side by side against the black of space. Different colors, different stories, but sewn from the same thread: human ambition, courage, and the refusal to accept that this is all there is. Humanity is now officially a multi-planet species. For 4 billion years, every organism lived on one world. In a single century, one species broke that pattern. We spread life beyond its cradle. Scientists study star maps: Proxima Centauri, TRAPPIST-1, Tau Ceti, unimaginably distant. But unimaginable never stopped us from crossing oceans, reaching the moon, or colonizing Mars. New spacecraft launch from Mars orbit toward the outer solar system and beyond. Missions lasting decades. Crews who may never return. They go anyway, because that is what humans do. We go. 100 years on Mars. Farmers tending crops, engineers in glowing control rooms, children soaring through low-gravity playgrounds, families sharing meals under artificial sunlight. Ordinary, extraordinary, beautiful life. On Earth, people still walk through forests, swim in oceans, and dance in rain. Every night they look up at a red dot and know their own are there, carrying the human story into impossible places. Two worlds, two ways of being human. Earth with abundance and chaos, Mars with scarcity and order. They are different, but difference does not mean division. Not if they choose otherwise. A figure stands on a Martian cliff, silhouetted against the amber horizon. The colony glows below, stars emerge above. A world dead for billions of years now lives, because of them. From Mars, Earth is just a bright blue star, yet it's the most important star in the sky. Where humans first stood upright, first spoke, first dreamed of flying. Every Martian carries it in their bones. Citizens gather for the annual Earth Watch, standing in silence, watching their ancestral homeworld glow. They remember where they came from, and what it cost to get here. Mars is the second cradle of civilization, the second place conscious beings build cities, create art, fall in love, and wonder about existence. If Earth is humanity's mother, Mars is its firstborn child. Between two worlds, an invisible line stretches, not light or data, something older. The line of humanity, shared origin, common purpose, the magnificent refusal to accept we are finished. 100 years. First footprint to thriving civilization. Tents to underground cities, survival to culture, colony to nation. This is what humans do, not because it's easy, because it's who we are. Mars City at night. Neon blues, violets, and gold painting underground caverns. Projected constellations above. Music from open windows. A couple dancing slowly in low gravity. Alien, human, beautiful. On Earth, city lights sparkle beneath real clouds. Someone steps outside, finds Mars among the stars, and wonders, what's it like there? What do the children dream about? Are they happy? The first Interplanetary Council convenes. Holographic delegates from Earth, Mars, and outer stations argue about trade, rights, and the future. It's messy, but they're talking. Across planets, they're talking. Teams venture deeper into Mars than ever before. Vast caverns untouched for billions of years. Lights cutting through ancient darkness. Walls glistening with minerals. In these deep places, they search for something world-changing. They find it. Vast underground reservoirs of liquid water. Not ice, liquid water. Enough for centuries. The discovery sends shockwaves through both worlds. Mars was not dead. It was waiting. Terraforming experiments begin. Atmospheric generators pump greenhouse gases into thin Martian air. It will take centuries, maybe millennia, but the dream of breathing real Martian air becomes a plan. Simulations show Mars in 1,000 years, red turning green and blue, oceans filling ancient basins, forests spreading across plains, a dead world brought to life by human hands, the universe's greatest garden. Pull back and see the full picture. Humans on Earth, Mars, Jupiter's moons, the asteroid belt. One species scattered like seeds in cosmic wind, different shapes and cultures, but all carrying the same ancient fire. A child born on Mars presses her palm against the dome glass. Earth reflected, a tiny blue jewel. She knows something no generation before her has known. Humanity is not trapped. We are not limited to one world. Two planets, two cradles, one species, one story. From the caves of Africa to the caves of Mars, we have always been explorers, always builders, always reaching beyond our grasp, and we have never stopped. This is what could happen if humans lived on Mars for 100 years. It is not a prediction, it is a possibility. The technology exists. The dreamers are dreaming. Someone right now is looking at that red dot thinking, what if? What if we actually went? What if we stayed? What if 100 years from now someone stands on a Martian cliff, looks back at Earth and says, this is where our second chapter began. The question is no longer whether we can, the question is whether we will. If this video made you think, made you wonder, made you look at the sky differently, share it with someone who dreams about the future. Subscribe and join us as we explore the biggest questions humanity has ever asked, because the next chapter of our story is just beginning.